they talk about. Word. Yes. New music Wednesday.
So thank you, Jim, for being here. Definitely I want to say, because obviously we know you as an artist and all these other fields, but what would you say the preparation it takes to get into the podcast space and doing your show? Would you say the preparation is different from you getting in the booth?
There wasn't really no preparation. The way I jumped in the podcast space was Fabio just came home. He came to visit me at my spot. And I was like, yo, you ain't doing no interviews yet? He was like, nah. I was like, well, shit. I brought this space where we gonna do an interview, and I told him to put the cameras up, and that was how my podcast got started. So I'm a doer. Yeah, I feel like there's no perfect moment. I mean, preparation you need for life, but you can't prep for a perfect moment. You gotta do some shit, and if it worked, then you do some more shit with it. You know what I mean?
You know, I'm gonna shift over to music a little bit because, you know, you're perpetually putting out records and stuff. What's 2026 looking like musically? What you got on the horizon?
I just dropped an EP like 3 weeks ago. It's called The Fall Before the Rise. A lot of different meanings to that. I didn't do no promo on it on purpose and things like that. I'm gonna drop it second installment to it before the year's out. Yeah, I've been working. Got the artists. Shouts to Peso. Shouts to King. Shouts to the Uda. Shouts to Dilla. Shouts to Lexi, shouts to Taylor. Got a bunch of music coming in the new year. Doing another Bird Gang deal with Monarch Records. Shouts to Monarch. Shouts to Hitmaker Records. Do a distribution over there. Also have a distribution company over there. So when it comes to music, music is something I know how to do with my eyes closed. You know what I mean? So that's done. That's on autopilot. So moving forward, naturally, content is king right now. So that's where I'm headed. But that's kind of always where I've been from the beginning of what people know us as Dipset to be. We were doing viral things before we knew what viral was, and we had a lot of the cameras around from back in the day and things like that, doing things that are making a lot of money now that didn't really make sense when we were starting to do it with footage and things like that.
Now, no doubt about it.
Now, I'm curious, how hands-on are you with the post-production? Because I hear you're also an engineer. Okay, you're not scared to level that audio. You're not scared to fast track through these interviews and chop and blend and find those special moments that I keep in your pod at the front of everybody's mind and continuously speaking about. How hands-on, and do you enjoy the post-production process?
I'm a jack of all trades, so everything that I've done in my career, I know how to do hands-on. But naturally, I like to delegate strong people to kind of handle these responsibilities. But in the beginning of everything that I do everything myself or with the team that I am. I'm super hands-on, especially when it comes to directing. Directing is one of my passions, so anything with the camera, I'm definitely all in with it, 100%. And yeah, I do know how to engineer. I know how to do a few different things.
So you're up late too until 4 a.m. You're like, I gotta get this episode done.
Yeah, I was. Right now it's Cole. Shouts to Cole.
All right.
Her, Mark, and my man Flea, they be up to 5:30, 6:30 in the morning trying to finish episodes and edit them up right. So
So
that's
it's
the hard
definitely,
part. What we do is actually the easy part. I can sit down and talk all day. But actually getting it done and edited and executed is a very hard part. And if you know anything about filming, recording, editing is the most important part of that whole equation.
Absolutely. And teamwork, having a solid team is so essential. And obviously you already know what that's all about and you value it.
Yes.
Absolutely.